Good day, gentlemen. This is one of these topics that we are not supposed to talk about, and that is exactly why we need to talk about it. Because at the end of the day, if I didn't know what I'm about to tell you in this video, my relationship would have never gotten to the point where it now is, where it's absolutely thriving and just loving, secure, but also still exciting and still has that polarity aspect about it, right? Because so many people nowadays say, it's okay to be bored in your relationship. As long as it's healthy, it's okay to be bored. I disagree. Because I've been dating my girl for over 5.5 years at this point. And to be completely honest, I know what you're going through right now because I've went through the same thing. At the end of the day, you know there's more to your relationship than there is right now. Your relationship is healthy, it's loving, but it's not exciting, it's not passionate. And you want that again. The thing is this, we see so many healthy couples break up almost randomly, like completely unexpectedly. But if we actually look at it, it is kind of obvious why they break up. It is because one or both of them are like, there has to be more to this. There's just a part of them that's yearning for more, for deeper love, deeper connection. And this is a huge problem, man. At the end of the day, we can be all stoic and masculine and say, I don't need a woman and I don't really want a very passionate and secure and loving relationship that rejuvenates me. But if we're being honest, as heterosexual men, we have to admit that we, most of us at least, want that, right? We want that rejuvenating energy from a woman, and we want a passionate but also loving relationship with that woman. We don't want either a relationship that's very passionate but toxic, but we also don't want a relationship that is loving but feels more like a friendship, more like we're roommates rather than lovers. And the thing is this, having a healthy relationship is already better than having a so-called dependence relationship. That's the style of relationship that our grandparents and parents mostly had, right? Where both partners depend on each other for certain things, whether it's sex or it's money. There's way more to it, of course, but I think you get the point. And they make each other dependent on it, right? It's more acting out of fear rather than out of love. And getting to that point where you have that more 50-50 relationship that most people call it, that is already a big step in the right direction. And don't let all these self-improvement YouTubers who don't really have a good relationship themselves, don't let them tell you that you need a traditional relationship, because a traditional relationship won't make you happy, it won't fulfill you, and I'll tell you why. What's interesting is that many, especially more ambitious men and ambitious women, struggle to be happy in a 50-50 relationship because they know there's more, they know there can be more. And usually healthy relationships more often end than dependence relationships, because those dependence relationships, you're dependent on each other. If you break up, like, you're fucked kinda, right? And so with those more healthy relationships, people have already improved themselves to get to that point, and so now they're like, there has to be more than this. And if I'm being honest, I was exactly in that situation a couple of years ago, because my relationship wasn't fulfilling that part of me that wants this excitement and that passion, because it just wasn't happening back then, and I didn't know how to get it. And if I'm being completely honest, I thought a lot, like every week pretty much, I thought about maybe breaking up with her, because I'll be honest, first of all, I bought into the wrong paradigm, which I'll explain in a second, but secondly, I just didn't want to waste time. I was young, I was ambitious, and I was like, this relationship like this, it's kind of holding me back from my goals, from achieving my goals. And it's also, just not fulfilling that part of me that I want to be fulfilled from that relationship. Now, before I tell you why I never broke up with her and how I overcame this challenge together with her and how we got to this point where now our relationship fulfills that part of me, if you are in that situation right now that I was in a couple of years ago, and you don't know how to get out of this situation, and you fear that your relationship might end because of this, then what you can always do is book a free call with me so we can figure out how I can help you. Link in description. The thing is this, back then I fully bought into this paradigm that you need to find that magical person that will then just magically build the perfect relationship with you. The thing is though, if you actually think about it, we have been conditioned by society and by romanticism to have this worldview, this image of relationships in our head, when actually It's not true at all. Think about what would have happened if I ended things with my girl back then. Because I was too bored, I wasn't really fulfilled by that relationship. What would have happened if I started dating the next girl? After 2 or 3 years, just like with my previous girl, I would have been in the exact same situation. Why is that? Because I never developed the skills and never developed the mindset that would actually help me build the relationship that I wanted. A good metaphor for this is all these young people nowadays who first they start an Amazon FBA business, and then they start dropshipping, and then they start a social media marketing agency. And none of these ever work out, and they switch business models every 6 months. What a friend of mine kind of 6 months ago maybe said to me was, what they need to realize is all these business models work, but they don't. They do not work. The same exact thing is true for relationships. As soon as you find a good enough woman, or not even good enough, of course, like have high standards, that's not what I'm saying, but as soon as you find a woman, like I did, luckily at 17, if you find a woman, or as soon as you find that woman that fulfills, that ticks all the boxes for you, you need to learn how to build that one relationship with them. And there's many women like that out there. This bullshit of finding that magical one person, it doesn't serve you, it doesn't help you. And it is conditioned, like I said, you've been conditioned by society and by romanticism to think that way. But it doesn't serve you in any way. Now again, I'm not saying to build an unhealthy relationship. I'm saying go beyond 50-50. Go further. Combine the respect and the love that you have in a 50-50 relationship with the passion and the polarity and the attraction and the excitement that you want from this relationship. And let me ask you this, and be honest with yourself. Have you ever learned how to build a great relationship? Have you actually learned this? Because most likely you haven't, because this is another thing that we just got conditioned to think, which is, it will all work out. Just follow your feelings, it will all work out. Don't think, right? As soon as you think about relationships, you're done, because then you can't feel anymore. The thing is, thinking got us from stage 1, dependence relationship, to stage 2, 50-50 relationship. And now we need to combine this thinking with feeling again. That is 100% true. But if we actually think about it, think about a pilot that wants to land an airplane, but he never learned how to land an airplane. The same thing happens to him that happens to you if you never learn how to build a great relationship. It comes crashing down. Simple. We think, this is just this God-given thing that when we got born and when we grow up, we will learn how to love another person. And we just need to find that right person, that phantom, magical person. At the end of the day, that is just bullshit. At the end of the day, instead of focusing on finding this awesome person, or thinking that now you're in a relationship with not this awesome person and that you need to break up with that person. No. Instead of thinking that and doing that, learn how to actually build a great relationship with this person. Learn how to love this person and learn how to feel loved by this person. That's also a crucial part of this whole thing. And it's not easy to have this love and respect, but also the romance and the excitement within one relationship with one person. But it's definitely doable. You just have to be brave enough to pursue it, and then also know how to do it at the end of the day, right? Now, if you're in a situation right now where your relationship isn't going too well, it feels like it's kind of dying, you feel kind of bored, you feel kind of lifeless in that situation, you don't feel fulfilled and enlivened by that relationship, and you don't have all the time in the world to read all these books on relationships, listen to all the podcasts, watch all my YouTube videos, never mind even finding all those resources, right? Finding the right books for your situation, but you want specific direct help for your problems, then what I can offer you is a free call with me so we can figure out how I can help you. So if you don't want your relationship to just survive, barely, maybe, but you want to build a thriving, deep, passionate, loving, rejuvenating, enlivening relationship, then book that call with me right now, and I'll see if I can help you. I'll see you in there. Have a good one, man. Bye.